no one is more important than you, okay? You've got to fucking be selfish before you can be selfless. Welcome back, killers. It's Killian. I've been reflecting on something for the past few days. Just got a new client on the team, and he is in a very, very similar situation to that of which I was in when I started my fitness and self-improvement journey. And I just really was reflecting on it because there's a right way and a wrong way to go about becoming the best version of yourself. He is about 21 years old. He just got out of his first real relationship, his first love. And that's never easy, never fucking easy. But he has the mindset right now of this being like a revenge type of thing. He's wanting to become a better man than this girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, could ever get. He wants to completely transform physically and mentally, which is great, but may not be for the right reason. And I also fell victim to this. As y'all know, I had a spinal fusion surgery that went wrong. I was on bed rest for about 5 or 6 months, and my girlfriend at the time was not very supportive during that recovery journey. Not supportive whatsoever. She cheated on me, broke up with me, just left me in a very, very dark place. And I was already in a dark place, not knowing if I was ever going to be able to walk again, do the things that I love again, just stuck in bed, really only being able to get up to pee. And when I did get up, it was the most painful fucking thing I have ever experienced. I had what was called a dural tear, so spinal fluid was leaked to my head as soon as I stood up, causing the most intense headaches that I didn't even know was possible. I really didn't. I've had migraines before. This was nothing like that. This was literally like my head was getting fucking crushed. And so it was a hard experience. And then on top of that, getting dumped, getting cheated on. I really loved this girl. I don't know how, looking back at it, but we were in a, 3-year relationship. So it makes sense. I was young, dumb. It's just how it goes. But I had the same type of mentality when I was getting into this. I spent that 5 or 6 months researching everything I possibly could, watching a bunch of David Goggins, Jeff Nippard, Mike Minzer, a bunch of guys that are just absolute fucking monsters in their space. They know more about their niche than really anyone. And I used that time to study as much as I could and figure out how I was going to transform, given that I get the opportunity to walk again and do the things that I love to do again. And luckily it came. I finally got cleared about 7 months after my first initial surgery. I had about 3 or 4 other surgeries trying to fix the dural tear after that first surgery. But once it finally worked and I got the okay to get into the gym, my main motivation wasn't to become the best version of myself for me. I wanted to become more than she could ever fucking have. I wanted her to look and just regret her decisions. Be like, holy shit, like what did I fucking miss out on? Like how could I have ever let this guy slip out of my hands? Like I had it perfectly and I fucked it up. And I wanted her to regret that shit so much. And that is kind of in the same type of position that my client is in right now. And I understand that it's okay to have that initial motivation. If that's what pushes you over the edge to actually start taking like accountability of your life, actually start chasing your highest self, that's okay. It is. But you got to transfer it. It can't be that you're doing this in spite of someone or you're doing this as like vengeance. Vengeance is fucking deadly, bro, because it will never feel like you fucking finished, like you've reached that goal that you're trying to reach. You will always be fucking comparing it to other people. Say she gets a new boyfriend that's fucking huge or is making millions of dollars and you're comparing yourself to that and you did it just to make her regret it, but she doesn't regret it. Or like, let's say she decides she's a lesbian, then like, what the fuck? Who cares? It's just, you can't be doing it in spite of someone else. And it's not an easy shift, but you have to realize that this is your fucking life. You're not doing this for anyone else. You're doing it for you. You're doing it so when you're on your deathbed, when you're, 80, hopefully 90, 100 years old, and you're looking back at your life and your decisions, you don't regret a fucking thing. You know that you reached your full potential. You know that you didn't leave anything on the fucking table. You went for everything. And you did everything that you told yourself you're going to do. And that has got to be your motivation. That has to be your fucking why. It can't be for someone else. It can't be to get back at someone. It can't be to prove someone wrong. It has to be for you. That is the only way to make this journey sustainable and actually get what you're trying to get out of it. You know, this is for you, bro. This is for you. No one fucking cares. You know, if whether or not you reach your goals is not going to impact anyone but you. You know, sure, you can have the underlying motivation of, I want to retire my parents. I want to make my parents proud. I want to give my family a life that they wouldn't have been able to have without me doing this. And that's great. That's great. But it has to be for you. The main reason has to be because you want to become the best version of yourself. You want to know that you took control of your fucking life. You didn't leave anything on the table. You won't die with any regrets. You have truly reached your full fucking potential. That has got to be it. And any other way, any other motivation is not going to get you there, bro. This has to be for you. So, about 3-4 months into my journey, when I was seeing some fucking amazing growth, I had, changed my mindset far beyond what I thought was even possible. And my body just finally being proud of what I saw in the mirror. I switched from it being a revenge thing to, this is for me. I don't even want to give her the satisfaction of knowing that I'm doing this because of her, or even thinking that I'm doing this because of her. Because it's not. It's for me. It's for fucking me. No one else. And that is what has got me to where I am today. If I kept on that same mindset, if I was doing it in like a vengeance kind of view, it just wouldn't have done it. I would have never fucking got to where I am, and I wouldn't have continued to grow every single day. Even in the past 3-4 months, a lot has changed for me, physically and mentally, and it wouldn't be like that if I was still thinking about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't thought about her in fucking years. It's been like 4 years at this point, and it brought it back up, after getting off the call with my client once I signed him up and got him all set up. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, damn, like, I was in this exact same position. And I've got to make sure that I switch his mindset early on so he doesn't go down that path, doesn't waste a few months trying to get back at her, trying to, do anything because of her. It's because of you, bro. It's only for you. There's no one is more important than you, okay? You've got to fucking be selfish before you can be selfless. The money will come. You'll be able to provide your family what you want to provide them, but first you have to become the best version of yourself. You have to really fucking figure out what that is, how you want to look, how you want to act, how you want to feel, how you want to fucking move, just everything. You've got to write that shit down. You've got to read it every day and consciously work towards that person. Work towards him no matter what. Make the decisions as you were him, and eventually you will become him. I say it all the time, but that's really all it takes. You got to have this vision in your head of this ideal man, and you've got to fucking chase him every day. That should be your only reason. There should be nothing else. This isn't for anyone else. This is for fucking you, bro. That's it. So, I know this was short. I just needed to hop on here and say that because it's been kind of eating at me that I didn't get that message across to him right on the call. I am definitely going to. We have a call today, getting him all set up, getting him onto my app, showing him exactly how everything's going to work. I've already created all his programs and shit. I usually take about 48 hours on it because I like to make sure that it's perfect. Like, I want every single client to come through the program and be like, holy shit, I underpaid for this. Like, I could not have even imagined the value that I would have gotten from this program, from this one-on-one experience. That is what I want, because it's one thing to change your life, but if you can change someone else's, bro, there's nothing in the world that feels better. There really isn't. Like, it almost makes me cry thinking about it. And I'm a pretty fucking hard dude, I'm I will admit I get a little emotional in like movies and shit. Like shit just hits me a little differently. I've got a big fucking heart, but there really is nothing more fulfilling than knowing that you impacted someone else's life for the better, that you fucking helped someone get to where they want to be. And that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a fucking crazy journey. I can't wait to show y'all, how much this guy grows. If you want to see my clients and their progress, definitely check out my Instagram because I'm posting shit on them every single day. I fucking love these men. They're fucking changing before my eyes, really taking control of their lives, and nothing is more beautiful than that. It really isn't. So it's not just me growing. It's these men, this fucking brotherhood that I'm making, who's just all pushing each other to, really become the best version of themselves. And it doesn't fucking get better than that. Really doesn't. So I'll see you guys soon. Hope you all found some value in this. Just really make sure that, that underlying motivation is not for someone else. It's not vengeance. It's not you getting back at someone. It's not, I want to prove them wrong. It can't be that, dude. It's got to be for you. You deserve that. If nothing else, you deserve that, bro. I'll see y'all soon.